Okay, welcome everyone. Good evening to you. My name is Omi Sachet, and we have Sister Ajay Rura here as well. And we welcome you to Melanated Sisters Sacred Soul Talk. And we welcome you this week to our discussion. We're in the Love Jones series, and this week's topic is connecting self love to relationships. So we're so glad that you're joining us. You know, um, the big holiday that we all hear about. Um, Welcome back, Sister Ajay. Um, just can you say greetings to everyone? I think,
Greetings, greetings. Thank you for joining the call. Hope
yeah.
everyone is in a good, vibrant energy. Um,
Hmm.
it's love is in the air more so than any other time, especially in our community. Community love and just love overall is high vibrational around this time of the year. So it's
Hmm.
always good to feel that. Just would want it to stick around a little longer.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's good to define what that means for you. I think that we get the messaging of what uh the 14th is supposed to be about, and people go and they buy, because that's what we see, that's what we're accustomed to. But it can also be a time where we reflect on self love, as we explored in the previous week, and relationships. How are they connected? Um, why is it important for individuals to consider self love as part of um, what they, I would say, do in their relationships, right? In other words, how are you nurturing yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you practicing um, healing techniques that will help you to release past pain? Or are you finding yourself, many people say, well, I can't help it. I can't help getting upset. Or, this person just makes me so angry. And we say we can't help it, but we can. And that's part of, one of the many things that meditation can assist you with. Wouldn't you say so, Sister Ajay?
Yes, meditation is definitely a tool for strength, inner strength.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation is also a tool for inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps you connected to your inner strength and it keeps you connected to your inner peace. And so you're able to approach life in a more calm demeanor. You're able
Mm-hmm.
to handle conflict resolution in relationships better. I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking from experience. For me, it
Mm-hmm.
allows me to think before I act. And meditation also has trained me to think before I speak,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times when anger comes over you, and we know we all live in the type of society that we live in, it's never going to be a time that our emotional well-being is not triggered. But
Absolutely.
we have to manage ourselves in a very meditative way, so the stress that is encouraged through those lower emotions don't consume you. And
Mm-hmm.
so definitely I use meditation, the tool, the art, the modality, the practice, to keep my head level, because in my past I have been a hothead,
Mm-hmm.
because I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot of times, and I have, you know, I believe that everybody feels what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe that everybody, you know, thinks compassionately and lovingly like I do. But what I have had to, through meditation, find out is that everybody's not there. And
Right.
I have
Yeah.
to make sure I keep myself balanced so I
Yeah.
don't become or get pulled into what they're presenting or who they have
Mm-hmm.
become. That is
Mm-hmm.
why when you said people think or say that they can't, but in actuality, you can.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's what meditation has taught me, has strengthened me. It has made me be very aware of my peace. I'm very
Absolutely.
protective about my
Uh-huh.
peace, and I don't want my peace disturbed. So I keep myself out of situations that can trigger me not being in my peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're similar in that way. And you know, what I often do is, let's say I am not in a space or I don't have the opportunity to meditate at, like if I was at home or with a group. If I encounter a situation, whether I'm out, let's say shopping, or somebody cuts me off, or any number of things, I immediately start taking deep breaths. My eyes might not be closed because I'm not going into a full meditation, but just knowing to breathe. That's what Sister Aja and I are talking about. To be able to know that before you speak or before you act, you can reset your emotion so that you could think clearer, that you don't have to be the out of control individual or the one who go, you don't have to be that way. That you can you through meditation, and what meditation is going to do is lead you into different aspects of your own intuition, which is then going to lead you to either find people, find books, find opportunities. Now things are going to start to connect, that is going to address whatever it is that needs healing within you.
Yeah,
So,
because breath,
yeah,
when people
definitely.
talk about breathing, when people talk about
Mhm,
breathing, I see the comment that someone put up about breath is amazing.
mhm,
Breath is very powerful.
mhm,
We haven't necessarily been taught that breathing is attached to power, but it's actually empowering you to live. Is your breath.
mhm.
That's what's keeping you
Absolutely.
alive. You can go days without water, you can go days without food, but you cannot go days without breathing. You
That's
cannot.
right.
And so that allows you to know that the breath is more important than anything. It is what sustains life. And meditation, it allows you to get stronger in your breathing, and also to allow you to know when you're not breathing and you're not in a
Mhm.
vibrant energy. You're very, stagnant or docile. Your energy is low. You be like, am I breathing? Wait a
Right.
minute.
Yeah.
Let me take a deep breath. And then when you take that deep breath, you find out I don't think I was breathing before now because
Yeah,
your energy changes.
it
And
does.
so definitely, people make meditation, a lot of different things, but it is very simplistic in the way of just being still and allowing yourself to consume sustenance, which is breath. Just like you eat, just like you
Yep,
do a lot of different things, breath is life. Breath is
absolutely.
life.
Yeah, breath is life, and uh, the more you explore meditation, because that's the a major part of meditation is breathing and being aware of your breathing, the more life reveals itself to you. And that may seem like what? But it really does, because you start to see different parts of yourself. You start to become aware of different things. And you also, when we think about making that connection between self love and relationships. So, if you understand yourself better, then you can communicate what you need better with your partner. You can, if you know that a certain thing makes you angry or that you lose patience with a certain thing, meditation over time is going to help you not focus on the negativity of the thing, but to focus on what you can do to be in more peace. Because that's what it becomes. Like, Sister Aja, I value my peace. I don't want anyone or anything disturbing it. So I look at it as, like, for example, if I'm out and I'm driving and somebody cuts me off, I breathe. I breathe and I give thanks that that no accident occurred. That's where my head's at. Because I look at it as let them go on.
Yes,
They didn't do me, they don't know me personally. And if that's the energy that they're driving with, then move it away from me, because that's not the energy I'm driving with.
exactly,
So
exactly.
I'm wrapping myself in this peace. That's what I expect. That's what I've come to know through meditation. That's what uh, 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 emerges out of you. Because once you discover that, you say, well, wait a minute, I want to feel that some more. I want to feel that some more on my own or with others. So, this is also another reason why we decided, or it's not so much that we decided, let's just say this came out of meditation. And I think it's good for everyone to hear us say that every now and then.
Yeah,
That,
we were led. This is
mhm,
something that was led. I think I feel when we come together and our energy connects, things are created. Things that our community needs is
mhm,
created. And this is one of those very phenomenal things that were created just from us
mhm.
talking and what we got out of us collaborating our energy, and we seen a need. We
Yeah.
seen a need where melanated women need to talk from their soul,
Hmm.
because we both felt like, when do melanated women get to talk from their soul? Because a lot
Hmm.
of times people say, oh, you too deep, or you too serious, or get over it, or you too emotional, or you too this. We're always too something or not enough of something. It's never that
Hmm.
we're where we need to be in this society. I'm
Right.
talking about society as a whole and how society looks at melanated women. And we need safe, sacred spaces where we can just talk from the soul. So that's where the
That's right.
melanated
Yeah.
soul talk part came from, because
Hmm.
that is healing. When you talk something out with someone and you find out, a lot of times we as melanated women are experiencing the same things in life. And what
Mm-hmm.
better way to support each other is to talk through and have, positive dialogue and positive conversation about a lot of the things that we go through similarly.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Because a lot of times when I
Absolutely.
talk to women, they say, "Oh, I went through that too. You know what? You gave me a
Mm-hmm.
good, point. I'm gonna do that next time." Or, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think of it like that. I didn't, that didn't come to me at the time, but that makes
Yeah,
sense. So,
yeah.
coming together in conversation, soulful conversation is important. And then
Mm-hmm.
definitely topping it off with meditation. It's just so beautiful because
Mm-hmm.
now you get a chance to release that aggression. Now you get a chance to
Mm-hmm.
release that anger or whatever emotional imbalance that you had based on what we're talking about, which is why we have themes because we want to come together in the art of meditation for purpose, in purpose, always with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Always with a purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Beatrice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A safe space to be vulnerable and open to support. Absolutely. Yeah, it's because I think that we often might find ourselves in a self criticism mode. So then we don't want to talk about what the real deep issues are because then shame might come about, or I this is something I haven't conquered. So this is now where we really get to um understand that what we carry that we think is normal, we don't have to carry. That we have so much wisdom and knowledge amongst us, amongst our own people, to be able to assist with using, in many cases, ancient techniques. Meditation probably has been practiced for thousands and thousands of years. People have been breathing, and there's always going to be some people, no matter what tribe, that there is some part that deals with the nature and the breath and the healing. So when we take time to make this a practice, and when we also maybe begin to um, as we grow in the practice, begin to um, ask questions within our meditation, seek to decide to release certain things out of our being, then we really see how, yes, the breath is healing and cleansing because you will bear witness to yourself being lighter, feeling lighter, noticing a shift in how you handle things. So, having said that, I'd like us all to relax and close our eyes and get ready for meditation. And allow yourselves to take a deep inhale and exhale. Your eyes are closed now, and you're beginning to feel the places where your body is touching against the chair. And taking a deep inhale and exhale, noticing how the soles of your feet are on the floor. Taking a deep inhale, hold, and exhale, allowing the breath to travel off of the head through your body, out through the soles of your and realizing that you are grounded on earth in this moment, that the earth energy supports you. And taking a deep inhale and exhale, following the flow of the breath through the head, through your body, out through the soles of the feet, and knowing that through the top of your head, the source of your connection to that energy, that spirit that created you. Taking a deep inhale and exhale, following the breath through the body, out through the soles of the feet. Now bring attention to your heart now. Just being aware of your heart center. And taking a deep inhale and exhale, bringing your attention to your heart center. Taking another deep inhale and exhale, bringing attention to your heart center. Allowing yourself to just imagine the energy that is there. You know that your physical heart is in your heart center. But now allow yourself, as you're breathing, as you're inhaling and exhaling, to get a sense of your emotional heart, your spiritual heart. And just get a sense of a feeling of love emanating from your heart center. Just get a sense of that feeling. Allow your imagination to assist you with identifying the energy in your heart center at this moment. Just take a deep inhale and exhaling through your heart, bringing that energy through and allowing your heart center to get brighter and warmer, 10 times more than it is at this now moment. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale, bringing light and love into the heart center, and amplifying the warmth and the energy 10 times more intensely than it is right now. Taking an inhale and exhale through the heart center. If there are any places that you may experience in your heart center that might be darker spaces than the warmth and the color that's associated with your heart center, just simply say to yourself, I shine the light on these dark spaces to be transmuted and healed. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Take another deep inhale. Hold and exhale through the heart center. and allowing yourself to bring your awareness to the energy in your heart center and to intensify the warmth and the color in your heart center 10 times more intense than it is in this now moment. And taking a deep inhale and exhale. Imagining that this energy is located in your heart center. Imagine that with each heartbeat, this energy travels through every part of your body, every cell in your body, just as your blood is pumping. This energy from your heart center is pumping all throughout your energy field, all over your body. Just amplifying your energy and awareness of self love, knowing that there is an endless supply of self love for you to tap into, and allowing you to experience that with each inhale and exhale. Taking another deep inhale and exhale. And bringing your hands to your heart center, placing your hands there, feeling the energy, being in this heart center space, taking a deep inhale and exhale. And now wrapping your arms around yourself, giving yourself a hug, taking a deep inhale and exhale, giving yourself a hug, gently moving from side to side, just holding this beautiful heart center energy, giving yourself a hug, taking a deep inhale and exhale, slowly lowering your hands to rest on your thighs. And taking a deep inhale and exhale, feeling the breath move all throughout your body, through every cell, amplifying every cell with the awareness and the energy, self love. Now, as you're thinking about this energy and awareness of self love amplified all over your body, bring your attention back into the room and taking a deep inhale and exhale, bring your attention to the soles of your feet, grounding that self love through the heart into the soles of the feet and the earth. And taking a deep inhale and exhale, following the flow of the energy through the head, through the body, out through the soles of the feet, knowing that your connection to the source that created you in your head is amplified with love as well. And now placing the palms of your hands in front of your heart in prayer position. Let's take a deep inhale and exhale as we bless this self love energy within us. Let's take a deep inhale and And exhale, slowly lowering your hands to land on your thighs and slowly opening your eyes. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Feel free to write in the comments to share any insights, anything that you may want to share. How are you feeling? How are you doing after this self love meditation?
Well, for me, self-love is a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like if we don't love ourselves properly, there's no way we can receive love properly or give love properly.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't know how to give ourselves love properly. And we have really never been taught how, a lot of us, I'm not going to say
Mm-hmm.
nobody, but a lot of us have never been taught how to properly give ourselves love.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we are afraid or feel like, we're doing too much to give ourselves love because we've always been told to give love externally. So
Mm-hmm.
today I was just teaching on giving and receiving love.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are well aware of how to give love, but a lot of us struggle with receiving that same love.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
we go without a lot of love, but we give a
Mm-hmm.
lot of love. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's how we can become depleted, especially Black women can become depleted in
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about love, is because we give it out so much, but we're not always receiving love.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to look at ourselves, are we open to receiving love? And so this meditation,
Absolutely.
I love self-love meditations because it gives me the space to fill up my cup
Mm-hmm.
instead of always giving from my cup and pouring
Mm-hmm.
out of my cup, but
Mm-hmm.
me giving to my cup. And so it brings a very high vibrational admiration
Mm-hmm.
and passion and compassion for me, because I give a lot of compassion and passion, and understanding to people, but I am learning to give myself those same things because I
Mm-hmm.
deserve my best. I deserve my best. I give
Mm-hmm.
my best, but I also deserve my best as well. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
self-love is for me. And meditating on self-love brings clarity
Mm-hmm.
for what self-love must be as I grow and learn and develop and practice and process and become more aware of loving myself more.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's taking time to nurture a relationship with yourself, like how we make time to nurture a relationship with others. And nobody really taught us that. Or they didn't teach us how to do it on a soul level, on a heart level. We got taught, you know, about nurturing in that. If you think
Yes,
of that,
external love,
like
external love.
externally, go get your
Mhm.
hair done, go get your nails done, get a pedicure. And I'm not saying, I'm not going into whether that's right or wrong because beautification is part of who we are as well. Adornment is a beautiful thing. And we as a people, we have different ways that we do it. Okay. But the making time to tap into the joy of the self, to tap into really feeling good about all of you, even the parts that are not the way you would like them to be. Because
And I think
when
that's
you,
very key. I think that
yeah,
part is very key, Sister Umi, because that's not something we talk about often, is the
mm-hmm,
parts of yourself that you don't love.
yeah,
The parts of yourself that you don't love. And we all have parts of ourselves that we don't like or we don't necessarily love, but it is something that you can better. It's something
yeah,
that you can grow in. And for me, I call it out so I can address it and I can heal it and I can begin to love it.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
one of the
be it,
things that I don't love about myself is that I'm a procrastinator.
mm-hmm,
I don't love that about myself, but I have acknowledged sometimes my procrastination has allowed me to grow in patience,
mm-hmm,
because another thing that I don't necessarily love about myself is impatient. I'm very
mm-hmm,
impatient. I want things done now. But procrastination has allowed me to learn patience. I just have to wait. I don't have to wait on
mm-hmm,
everything. I don't have to procrastinate about everything. But I can't go at everything full steam ahead either. I have to
right,
wait and I have to be patient. And so those are the things that I have to give myself grace about. And grace is also
mm-hmm,
connected with self-love, because it allows you
absolutely,
to be soft with yourself, to not
yeah,
sabotage yourself or overly critique or criticize yourself or
yes, yes,
judge yourself in a demeaning way. This is just something that I have within me. But then it goes a little deeper. When did I start procrastinating?
you're right, yeah, yeah,
And why did I start procrastinating? And it
mm-hmm,
formed into a habit. And now
mm-hmm,
I get to love myself through changing that habit. I still get to
mm-hmm,
love myself, even though I don't love that part of me, but I still get to love myself as I change that which I do not
yeah.
love about myself.
Yeah, 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 that's key. Right. You can turn that thing that makes you feel, or you could strive to do it, that makes you feel the self hatred, the self doubt, the self criticism, the the fear, the shame. But if you can, so I'm going to bring it back to meditation again, because in meditation, if you are focusing on your breathing at a certain point, when thoughts come up, you are aware of them, but you are not a part of them. Or at least that's what you strive for. That you can see, you can you can hear or you can see, however you process things, the thoughts come up, but it's like you're just observing it, and in that observation, it gives you the power to be able to see what choices you have in the particular thing. Because when we're in it, in the self hatred and the self criticism, we don't see the opportunities of for how we can love ourselves. Okay, Beatrice says self love is caring for the mind, body, and spirit. And she also says procrastination could be a way you protect yourself to ensure whatever you're venturing into was safe for you. Okay. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Because we look
Yeah.
at procrastination at negatively. That's what I'm saying
Yeah.
that I'm learning. It's not always negative, but I
Yeah.
think we've been taught that procrastination is negative. A lot of our emotions that we don't love or like about ourselves, we've been taught to look at negatively. But
Look at.
I find through meditation how to look at it differently.
Mhm.
Through
Mhm.
meditation, I look at it differently. And I've been
Mhm.
able to change my mindset around a lot of things that I don't necessarily love about myself through meditation. I've
Yeah.
been able to come. with myself with grace and softness and finding out why I am the way that I am and just processing it in a more loving way. And that
Mm-hmm.
matters. That matters when you talk about self-love and relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about maybe those sisters and well, I have to speak more to the sisters. I kind of heard, I'm thinking about sisters who might be single, and I kind of heard a whispering, but what about the brothers that are single? Well, first, I got to speak to the sisters. I might not know all of the different things that brothers, should do to engage in self-love. So, um, what just came up for me is if you are watching this and you are single and you feel single and not dating anyone and you're feeling like, oh, I know this is how I used to feel anytime that I wasn't in a relationship. And this holiday came up. I'm like, oh, just let this just go by. I don't want to think about and until I started to embrace it. So this is an example of self-love, you know. And for some, this might sound like what? But instead, until I started to embrace it and say, okay, this is the time for me to take myself out. I'm going to take myself out. I'm going to go get dressed up. I'm going to find, this is back when I was living in Brooklyn. I'm going to go someplace that I like to go and just the whole created a whole ritual, brought myself flowers, bought myself a card, bought myself whatever it is that I felt that I wanted to use in this self-love day, and then bring the flowers home, put them in a beautiful vase, light candles, and I used to love playing Earth Wind and Fire music. So play something spiritual, or play something that makes you feel good, or get up and dance. So I remember doing this many Valentine's days, and what it did is it made me realize that I don't have to wait until I'm in a relationship to celebrate love, because I began to look forward to what I would do, what I would do for myself, and that really helps you in relationships because you know yourself better, and you're also not necessarily well. What I'm about to say, this goes deep, and it goes, that would have to be like a whole maybe live stream in itself, maybe two parts. But you get to a point because you know yourself so well, and you really love yourself so well, that the way you the way you communicate, the way you are in a relationship, you're not dependent upon that person to fulfill these feelings for you. But what you do benefit from is if that person is similar to you, now you enjoy each other because you bounce off of each other. You're each other's mirrors. He or she, whoever the opposite is for you, has a level of self-love, doing what they love to do, taking care of themselves in a similar way you are, and you are working on your inner self, that you're giving yourself that time so that when you come together, it's two individuals that are perhaps meditating and praying and
In
healing.
sync. In
It's
sync.
thing.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I really feel too that the relationship that you have with yourself determines the relationship that you have with others.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship that you have with yourself, loving relationship, is going to determine how you show up in a external relationship outside
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's the test for me. It's the test of me testing how much I love myself it warrants how people are going to love me, because it's what I require of myself. This is what I'm requiring of my own self love. Like what you said, this is what I'm going to do for myself. This is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give to myself. This is how I'm going to treat myself. You know, how you speak to yourself. Just all of the
Mm-hmm.
things, all of the mannerisms is what's going to determine how you show up in a relationship with someone else.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, Beatrice says how love and care for yourself is laying the blueprint for a future partner, how to
Hmm.
care for you as well. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's key. I think that's
So,
very key. But I also believe that we have to strengthen our self love. I do believe
mhm,
that if we were to go in and do some inner child and some shadow work, we would see
mhm,
where at this point in our lives as sisters, where we may not have gotten it all. We may have not been
mhm.
exposed to it all. We may have not been taught, you know, by our mothers and our grandmothers how to truly and unconditionally love ourselves. And so
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
comes a time when we just have to, you know, kind of deprogram and reprogram. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it this can be, we talk about this one day, everybody talks about the 14th, but it could become your season of love, because I used to extend this during the times that I was single. I had a Friday night date with myself. Again, something as simple as buying flowers. I used to buy flowers for myself on a regular basis. They have a spiritual energy, they lighten up the house, they make you feel good. So therefore I wasn't waiting for someone to give me that feeling. I identified and aligned with that feeling on my own. Um, taking time to maybe um, order a book or go into a bookstore that is going to take you into another perception about love and your inner self. Um, Off the top of my head, now I'm trying to think now. Um, What book would you recommend, Glenda? And I'm having like so many different books going by that one title is not coming to me, but I am thinking about the work of Ian Van Zant. And I guess I would say if you've that the one book that's sticking out that I'm hearing is Tapping the Power Within. If you are new on this journey and this concept of self-love, then get Iyanla Van Zant's Tapping the Power Within. That when I read that book the the first time around, I said, "Oh, a sister like me." And the way that she sheds light on how we can heal, on how we can look at ourselves from a loving perspective, from a proud cultural perspective. That I think that book is a good starting point. So maybe if you are single, maybe you want to treat yourself to that book and a glass of wine or a nice dinner, or you make it
Sister
be
Omi, can you
something.
put that book in the chat?
I can. I'm not sure if they can see it. Hold on, let me
Oh,
make.
okay.
I'm gonna put it in the comments. I don't know. I can spell it. I can spell her name. So the author is Iyanla Van Zant, and the book is tapping the power within. I believe that is her first one. Um, if it is not the first one, it is early, one of the early ones, but that's this that's when I first found out about her. Yeah. So this would lead you to some other modalities, taking a step to really just explore, yeah, how can I make loving myself? And some people might be saying, well, what are you talking about? There's so much going on, there's so much chaos. How can we possibly do? Well, there's more than one way to create survival strategies. So bear with me for a moment. When if you are in a situation where you are directly, I want to say directly, um, needing to deal with a physical situation in front of you, that is different compared to what I'm about to say now. What I'm about to say now, I'm trying to explain. If you are observing situations that are disturbing, and there's a lot of that we are exposed to and see, I'm going to bring it back to meditation again, because the very act of observing and having your attention be placed on maybe terror and fearful things, that is an act of, I have to use this word, an act of war on your energy field, on the essence of who you are. You cannot, as long as you react and have the feelings of what you're observing, you cannot hear and feel the presence and the power and the love that's within you. You can't, because the two don't exist on the same frequency. You do not have chaos, terror, fear, etc., and love and high spiritual awareness. Stay on different frequencies. So we bring it back to why meditation, because this practice is something that once you do it continuously, we love that you come and join us once a week, but I hope that you begin to practice during the week until we meet again. Um, I'm going to ask you, Sister Ajay, to give us, your insights now as we begin to wind down.
I would hope that there are some, yeah, I'm here. I would hope that there's some people, some sisters that have been on the call since we've been doing it. I think we started 11/11, was it?
Yeah.
Um,
11.
so just to start engaging more in the practice and then communicating how the practice is helping you,
Yes.
because this is why we've created this platform, is to ensure that our melanated sisters have an outlet, a support circle, and definitely either advancing in meditation, um beginning meditation, or consistently being in a meditative state in your
Mhm.
practices. That is what the purpose of this platform, weekly, is for, so people can strengthen themselves in the art and definitely utilize it to see where it can assist you, because it does work. If
Absolutely.
you work it, it works. it,
Yeah,
it doesn't work if you don't do it as a practice.
that's
It
right.
can help you if you don't do it as a practice, but for it to really work and for you to
Mhm.
really see the power of it, you have to do it as a practice, meaning, you know, when you determine in the morning, the afternoon, at night
Mm-hmm.
before you retire. But that's what I would say. Definitely, people always ask, well, how many times do you meditate, or when do you meditate? You really get to design your own program.
Mm-hmm.
It's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
Just allow yourself to be in the power of stillness,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
also using the power of breath. Don't
Mm-hmm.
really put on your mind a certain way that it has to be done. You don't
Yeah.
have to do it the way that we do it, even on this call. Do
Mm-hmm.
it the way your spirit and your soul leads you to do it, which
Mm-hmm.
is what's going to be best for you. That would
Yeah.
be my closing remarks. Is for people to really try it out. People say, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know that I know how to do it. Just do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Just do
do
it.
it.
Just make time to do it. If you're making time on social media, you could give yourself 5 minutes. Start if you're starting off, just start with 5 minutes and give yourself that time and be as consistent as possible with it. Sister Aj, before we close our live stream, now can you share what services and products you offer for sisters that definitely
Well,
will help them on their journey of
yes.
self love.
Well, Sweet Spot is all about self-love, because
Mm,
I am a black woman. I'm a reflection of black women, and I feel like black women are the sweetest beings, the most powerful beings on the planet. We just have forgotten who we are. And so I am a self love coach, holistic wellness, womb wellness coach. I do Reiki, definitely womb Reiki, because we have a lot of trauma associated with our womb, which is why we don't love ourselves on the levels that we need to. And so we do the art and modality of vaginal steaming from
mhm,
a rites of passage ceremony. We don't do it from a spa perspective. So you are going to be in ritual and ceremony for about 2 hours. Some people are there much longer because they find out that their womb is saying there's a lot of things that you have to sit down here and heal. But
mhm,
we've created a platform for Black women to heal mind, body, and soul, which I feel like is necessary. We don't pay enough attention to our wombs, but that's where a lot of the emotional imbalances that we have come from, and that's where they are stored, because
mhm,
that is also the seed of the soul. And so I coach women to love themselves more. Coach women to love themselves more authentically, more intentionally,
mhm,
being motivated and inspired to love themselves
mhm.
before they love anyone else. And a lot of times we just need self-love time. And so
Yeah.
we have a studio in Atlanta that we have had for 12 years now. This is our 12th year. We've
Mhm,
done over 20,000 women healing in their womb and their sacral chakra. Definitely, the sacral chakra is connected to the heart chakra. And so we work from a paradigm of chakras and balancing our energy. And actually, the most beautiful thing about it is that we work with meditation, because before you get
absolutely.
in to do the vaginal steam, you have to be in a meditative, very relaxed state so you can be in your truth. Okay. And so we do chakra balancing, we do oral cleansing, we have herbs, we have tinctures, we have salves, we have yoni oil, yoni pearl. If you want to do your own yoni steam, we provide that as well. We provide spiritual detox baths if you need to heal. We do events in the community. We're here tonight at Clark Atlanta. If you know about Atlanta, Clark Atlanta University, what's happening with the youth. And that's what we were here today doing, is speaking about healthy relationships.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Awesome.
so I brought my team that has been connected to our movement, and I was able to allow them to manage the table because they have learned so much. And I was just so proud of seeing them, you
Mhm.
know replicate what they've learned as a woman who now loves herself. Now she can stand in the fold for other women.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Okay, so thank you, Sister Ajay. I wanted sisters to hear what you do so that when we show our flyer at the end, they'll know what to contact you for. And for myself, I offer intuitive and oracle readings. I say and oracle because one is using my intuition, and the other is going to the oracle, definitely to assist you with um, really tapping into what you need to focus on, what energy is around you, what how you can think of it as success coaching in a way. How do you identify what you need to do? I often like to tell people that I'm not the type of reader to come to and say, well, does so and so love me, or this is this going to happen? No, 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 no. What I do is I ask God to show me what does this person need to see, and then the symbols in the card helps me with that. So you can contact me if you're interested in that type of reading, as well as an extension of that. I can also work with you in terms of healing and self empowerment coaching with some strategies and techniques that you can use with your breathing, with your visualization, that will help you release, let's say, release bad habits or release experiences or thoughts that aren't serving you. Okay, good evening, Barbara. Good evening, Antisha. So we're going to have to wrap it up. We were coming towards the end, but we're glad that you came and waved at us. Okay. Um, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Remember, this is the Love Jones series. So our topic is going to continue to explore the topic of love, but from the point of view of what it means to us and what issues we need to deal with. All right, I'm gonna say good night, Sister Ajay. Let everybody
Good
tell
night.
everybody.
Good night. Peace and blessings to everyone.
All right, peace and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay.
To put a smile upon thy face. It's not too late to recognize we're all one people, we're all one mind. Yeah, we need to stop all the violence and all the separation, spread love and peace all across the nation. Cause we got to live together, yeah. And we won't survive if we don't help each other. We don't need no more hate through generations. We need to practice more unification. So why can't we make it right for life? So we can all survive. And if we could all just learn to love one another, no one else would suffer. We're all in it together. No matter who's against us, no matter who's for us, our voices would be louder. No one could ignore us. The world would be different, and more would be gifted. Not where they drifted. There's so many mystics.